committee clear changes for a bill that will impact the state's election laws. One change would make it harder to vote by mail by adding a stricter method for signatures.
Now, if this bill passes and becomes law, here's how it would work. This is my signature on a piece of paper. This is the way I would sign my name if I were signing a mail-in ballot. Here is my signature on my driver's license signed on a small digital pad with the DMV. Now, the state is going to compare these two, and if there are too many differences between these signatures, my vote may not count. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie joining us now to show us how many people could be affected by this change. Laura?
Gerald, about 1 million people voted by mail in the last presidential election. Next time around, some of those votes may not count, even if they're otherwise valid. The state Senate is moving a bill that would require signature verification for mail-in voting. They say it will make voting by mail more secure. Under current state law, if you want to vote by mail, you need 2 witnesses. Senate Republican leaders want to require all counties to buy and use signature matching software as well for all mail-in ballots. It would compare the signature on your ballot envelope to your signature on file at the State Board of Elections. Brunswick County Elections Director Sara LaVere is concerned about the proposal. She says many people register to vote at the DMV.
Signatures that come through from the DMV, they are signed on a pen pad. And when you think about when I go to the grocery store, my signature is like a S and a squiggle. And so for comparing that to a pen to paper signature on an envelope, there's a pretty good chance it's not going to match.
Matching could also be a problem for people with disabilities and for elderly people because their handwriting often changes as they age. And those are the groups most likely to use voting by mail because of mobility issues.
What's going to happen if it doesn't match? Who gets to make the decision that we can, pull other documents that the voter may have signed and make a decision on that? Is that staff or the board members have to make that decision? So I just think there's a lot of questions about what would happen and how that would look.
Elections data shows pretty clearly that counting fewer mail-in ballots would help GOP candidates. In 2020, about 50% of the requests for mail-in ballots came from Democrats. Only about 20% were from registered Republicans. Gerald?
Still a lot of debate about this bill. Laura Leslie, live at the Legislative Building. Thank you.
Let's turn to the weather now. Rain is on the way for some of our area tonight. WRAL meteorologist